perfectly cooked rack of lamb, friends. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you exactly how to make it. Don't forget, ring the bell, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you exactly how to make this perfectly cooked rack of lamb. All right, friends. Well, let me show you about this rack of lamb. How do we prepare the perfect rack of lamb? When you get your rack of lamb, this is kind of like how you get it. Kind of like how you get it. What kind of English is that? Usually they come in about 8 bones. Usually they got a fat cap on it. Sometimes the fat cap is all the way in. This is the rack of lamb, then you get a Costco. If you shop at Costco, you can get it like that. They usually clean a little bit of the bone, but I'm going to show you how to completely clean. They usually 8 bones. When you buy a rack of lamb, friends, you want to buy a very heavy, big rack of lamb, more than 2 pounds if you can get it, more than 2 pounds. If you can get, they're not easy to get, because otherwise what you'll see is if you buy the small one, the size of the bone is the same, but the loin, which is what you're paying for right there, this is what you're paying for, is that piece right there, because you're not eating no bones. And so you want to make sure, this is a 2.5 pound rack. This is a beautiful rack right there. And, you know, they come from New Zealand, they come from Australia, they come from USA, they come from different part of the world. Wherever you are is what you get, okay? You can't just be, you know, if you're in Australia, get Australian lamb. They're beautiful. If you're in America, try to get an American lamb. It's up to you. It's how much you can afford. They're all wonderful. It's just a question of figuring out what market you go in and what are they selling. They could get, in America, you can get New Zealand, Australian, and domestic. It's up to you what you want to get. So I'm not going to give you a recommendation because you don't know what you're going to get. But anyway, what you want to get is you want to get a big one. Okay? Size matters in a rack of lamb, folks. You got to make sure you have the big one so you got a nice rack. So let me show you how to clean it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my cleaning rag because I forgot it. And it's really important. I need a wet cleaning rag all the time, so I have it in my hands. And so the first thing we're going to do, friends, is we're going to get rid of the fat cap right there. And it's easy to do. But we're going to get a knife, though. Let's make sure we get a boning knife, because that knife right there, friends, you are going to need the boning knife. That is really, really important. Okay, so we want to make sure we get that. So it's going to be a very difficult thing for you to do if all you got is a chef's knife. It's much better if you have a boning knife. This is really the tool to get. So what do we do here? We take our, before you use the knife, though, you got to try to use your hand, because if you use your knife, you don't want to cut that tenderloin right here. You see, the fat cap is on top of it, but you don't want to go in there with a knife because you'll damage this loin right here. You don't want to do that. So what you do, friends, you take your fingers, you see, and you lift that fat cap right there. See the way I'm doing it? Look, you lift it with your finger. And it's very easy to do, you see? People make it more complicated when it needs to be. You know, it doesn't need to be complicated, friends. Look, you're taking your fat cap right there, right? Right there, right there, right there, right there. Very simple. Let me take it off the plate to begin with. So that'll make it easier. I don't need that plate right there. Clean my hands always so then they're not greasy, right? And now we need to remove this fat cap. Yes, I need another knife for that, friends. So I'm going to go right there and get what I call a slicer. And the slicer, what I do with this, and let me turn it right here so you guys can see it, okay? See right there? What we're going to do, we're going to take the slicer. I mean, normally I don't want to turn away from, but if I turn this way, I turn away from the camera, so I don't want to turn away from the camera. But normally you don't put the knife with your hand. You put it like this, and you push away from your hand, okay? But if I do that, you're not going to see it with the camera right there. So that's what I'm doing it this way. But normally, you see what you do? You go like this, and you push this way, away. You push the tenderloin, okay? But I'm going to have to use it this way toward my hand so you can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, you can't see what I'm doing. Now, my knife, friends, my knife is on the bone, and I'm scraping the bone. You see? Look, my knife is on the bone. I'm scraping it, and I'm removing this fat cap. See how simple that was, friends? All right, so now you can see a little bit more. I'm going to go right there because this is how you should do it. Remember, don't ever put a knife towards you. Okay, I just did it for the camera so you can see. Okay, so very simple so far, right? All right, let me take this, put it in a plate. So it's out of the way. Actually, let me bring this plate back so then we can see. So now We're going to take this out of the way. We don't need it. Now what do? Clean the hand. Always clean your hand, friends. Clean your hands, because if you don't clean your hands, they're going to be greasy. And if they're greasy, you're going to have a difficult time cleaning this, okay? Now we need to clean the bones, okay? We're not in the classical French cuisine, so we need to clean them perfectly clean, but we're going to clean them nice, okay? So look, all we got to do here, you take the bone, you put your hands behind the bone, and you go like this. And you go up. See, look, you put your hand now on this bone right here. See what my fingers are? They're right here. They are away from the knife, right? I go down, make a left turn, and go back up. Okay, Lord, do it again. Look, my hands are now on this bone. I go down, go up, clean it up. You see, look, a child could do this. No, don't let a child do it. Don't let a child do that with a bone in. Look, it's simple, right? Go down, left turn, go up. Go down, left turn, go up. You see? It's not complicated. See? Right there, okay? Right there. Be careful with this one. Okay, now, if you have the time, you got nothing else to do, you want to clean the bones. Clean the bones, clean the bone. Take a towel, clean the bones, clean the bones. Okay? If we want to make a 30 minutes video, I'd be happy to clean the bones. We're not going to do that. All right? So we take this out. Now, this is because you want to make it look good, but let me tell you, this is good eating right there. But I just want to make it look good, so you see it. All right, so now look, we got a little bit of fat cap right there. We're going to remove that fat right there, just a little bit. Okay, now we got a silver skin. This is a silver skin right there. You get this in a pork tenderloin, you get this in a beef tenderloin. Silver skin. How do you remove a silver skin? Very simple, friends. You grab it right here in the front, then you take your knife and you slightly tilt it. I hope you can see it. You slightly tilt it on top of the silver skin, and you scrape it very lightly, you see? Very lightly, and look, see? No meat on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to do it again, okay, so you can see it. All right, so look, see, you grab it, right? And then you fold the knife on it, you see? You fold the knife on it, folks. You see right there? And then you scrape it. You see it? You see right here, I slightly tilted on it, right there, you see? And right there, you see, no meat on the other side. All right? Now, right there, folks, there is a little tenderloin. Let me continue moving the silver skin. Okay, right there is a little tenderloin right there. On top of the loin right there. If we remove it, we lose a lot of meat right there. See right there? So I'm going to leave it on there. All right? So what do we do with this guy? Right there, we're going to put a little salt and pepper. We're going to put it in a fry pan. And we're going to give it a quick sear. All right? Salt and pepper. Let's get the fry pan going. So we have it. Salt and pepper. That's all we're doing. Salt and pepper. Let me put this right there. Don't put it back in a container. And salt and pepper. Right, that's it. Okay, clean your hand always at the same time. Now what do? We're going to give it a quick sear. That means we're going to put it in a pan. Actually, I got the wrong pan for this. I got the pan right here. We're going to get a really nice sear, and we're going to do it with clarified butter. Because if we use regular butter, it's going to burn. All right, so we use clarified butter. Do you think I got enough right there? I think so. Butter in quantity. You know, I didn't even talk about my mise en place yet. I'll do it in a minute, okay? So first, we're going to get this in a fry pan, and we're going to give it a quick sear. Now, you hear it all the time, friends. People are telling you, give it a quick sear to sealing the juices. I don't know where they get that from. I don't know where they get their information from, those people. You do not sealing the juices. The juices naturally goes away from the heat and are going to get toward the center of the meat. It doesn't matter if you sear, if you don't sear. If you put a meat in the oven, the juice is going to go in the oven. The searing is to create the Maillard reaction. And the Maillard reaction is caramelization of protein. That's for flavor. That's got nothing to do with sealing the juices. The juices are going to go in the center no matter what. You put them in the oven, you're cooking, they go in the middle. This is why when we take the meat out, we got to let it rest so the juices has an opportunity to come back out. Okay, so remember, the only purpose of doing this, the only reason of doing this is to create the Maillard reaction, and that's flavor. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to finish raclette. Let me check my temperature, because I want to make sure it's really hot. I don't want to be stewing anything. I am looking for my caramelized, for my clarified butter, and since I had the wrong pan, I got to wait a little bit longer. But I'm looking for my clarified butter to be at about 350 degrees. That's going to give me a beautiful caramelization, the Maillard reaction, create a nice sear, okay? Anybody can do this. This is not complicated, okay? We got to wait for this to get hot. While I'm waiting for this to get hot, let me talk real quick about the mise en place. I am going to make a red wine reduction. Shallots, tarragon, red wine reduction that I'm going to put underneath the rack of lamb. And I'm going to serve this quickly with a little Brussels sprout sauteed in bacon and red onion and balsamic vinegar. Really simple. I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, a lot of people said, my staff said, hey, you know, nobody likes Brussels sprout. Why are you doing Brussels sprout? Well, somebody got to like them because at the grocery store, everybody got Brussels sprout on special. So they were everywhere, and I love them. And I think they're delicious. The secret is to poach them with a little bit of sugar water. You put a little sugar water, and when you poach them, and you cook them when they're almost ready, and we're going to finish them up in the oven. If they're small, you leave them whole. And if they're big, you cut them in half. And you poach them in sugar water, a little sugar water. That takes slightly away the bitterness of the Brussels sprout, okay? So let me see to make sure we're good here. I think we're good. I can smell it. We're good. The butter smells delicious. We're going to go real quick, give it a beautiful sear. We're going to clean up our tool, clean up our cutting board, and we're going to give that just a second. Clean up my cutting board because I hate to work in a dirty environment. And then we're going to get this rack of lamb a rest, and then we're going to show you how to put a beautiful breading on it. Breadcrumb. I made fresh breadcrumb. This recipe is on our website. It's essential. So you can make it. This is the same breadcrumb that I used to make my tomato pie. I use it all the time, friends. This is a beautiful, easy to make. It's just fresh bread, sun-dried tomato, garlic, little fresh herb if you got them. Remember, we're just giving it a quick sear, friends, to create that Maillard reaction I was telling you about a second ago. And if you look, we got that beautiful Maillard reaction right there. We're not cooking it. We're going to cook it in the oven. This is just to give it a beautiful sear, okay? So while I'm waiting for this, breadcrumb, fresh breadcrumb. I use fresh bread. I remove the crust. I put it in a food processor, sun-dried tomato, garlic, fresh herbs. And then I use what I need for my tomato pie, from different recipe. I make a salmon with this. It's fabulous also. And then I freeze the rest of it. It freezes good for 17 years. So we're going to put on a rack of lamb. We're going to put some Dijon mustard on top of the lamb. And, okay, we're good. We don't need to cook this a little longer. That's it. We got some nice. Let's put it up like that just for a second. Remember, the only purpose that you're always going to do that is to create that Maillard reaction, okay? And you know what I'll do? I'll give you a description of the Maillard reaction so you can understand exactly what it is. And you see how beautiful it is? And the fact that we are using the clarified butter, nothing is burning. Okay, so I am going to take it right there. I'm going to put it on this side. And I am going to leave it in the pan for a few minutes, okay? We're going to leave it right there. And let's not worry about it. Nothing is going to happen to it, okay? So now, while this is happening, let's get this Brussels sprout ready to go in the oven. We're also going to use clarified butter so we don't burn them. All right, little clarified butter. If you don't have clarified butter, use regular butter. Trust me, I was going to use butter before we leave at the end of the day. For those of you that are not sure, clarified butter is regular butter where we remove the milk protein. So it's just butter fat. It has a higher smoke point. Okay, that's why we use it, okay? So it doesn't burn. And this is a regular butter that we're going to use at the end of the sauce. You get more flavor and texture out of butter if you put it at the end. At the beginning, you'll burn it, all right? So we don't want to do that. So we got a little bit of butter and bacon. You're going to say, why do you put butter with bacon? You already got the fat from the bacon. I agree. But why not? Well, we're afraid it's going to taste too good? Not in my kitchen. So I think this video is going to be a long one because I don't know how short we can make it. I know, yeah, we could skip all this, but why not? We have an opportunity to teach you something new, so let's do it. And for those of you that don't like green beans, green beans, Brussels sprout, give them green beans. Give them any kind of vegetables that makes you happy. Saute some spinach. You can do so many different things with it, okay? But right here, we're doing the bacon. Now, when you use the bacon, friends, do it slowly because you want to make sure you do not burn the lean part of the bacon. You just want to render the fat so you can use the fat. Now, you know I don't hardly use red onion, but for this it's perfect because I'm only going to cook them for a second. Red onion, I like red onion, I just don't like to cook them. Okay, and some chefs swear by it. Hey, God bless them. You know, to each his own. You know, there's a lot of channel in YouTube, a lot of great channel, a lot of great chefs. Some do it one way, some do it the other. It's not right or wrong. It's whatever they do. You know, and I'm for it. I support whatever they want to do, whatever they want to do. It's up to them. So look, we got the Brussels sprout right here. Let me tell you about the Brussels sprout, friend. They are cooked. Cooked. I mean, they're poached in the water, as I was telling you. If they're small, I leave them whole. Well, this one is not small. This one is quite big, actually. We're going to cut them in half. All right? And we'll cook them just for a second. And we're going to put some salt and pepper on them. Right? Salt and pepper. Do the same recipe with spinach. It'll be delicious, I promise you. It'll be absolutely delicious. We saute them for a second or two. Remember, they're cooked. Okay, so I'm not really trying to cook them too much. They're just cooked already. Right? In the meantime, you know what's happening? My lamb is cooling enough so that I can get it ready for the oven. All right, so look. We got those guys right there. Now we're going to put them in a lasagna pan. And we're going to finish them in the oven. Yeah. Look, simple, right? Throw them right there. And then, when you're almost done with it, then you take your vinegar and you sprinkle it on top. You see? Right there. You take your balsamic vinegar and you drizzle it on top. Just like this. If you don't have balsamic vinegar, then don't worry about it. You don't need it. Okay? Balsamic vinegar, I use an 18-year-old balsamic vinegar. So it's a fig, black mission fig balsamic vinegar. It's delicious. You don't have one of those? Don't worry. And we're going to finish cooking them in the oven. All right? Actually, we're going to wait because we're going to put the rack of lamb. We'll put them at the same time. They'll take about the same amount of time. Let's go back and take our rack of lamb, folks. We are now going to get it ready. We're going to dress it. We are going to dress our rack of lamb, friends. So here we go. Hot. Not too hot. It's good. It's good. It's good. We're going to dry it a little bit. Well, I got a mess in here, don't I? I knew that was going to be a messy show. But we're good to go. Not to worry. I'm going to get a pan ready here, friends. Because this is where I'm going to make my sauce. All right? So, how do we get this ready? Paper towels. First, we're going to dry it out a little bit. Okay? It's very important you dry it out. Now, some people leave the fat before they put the breadcrumb. Where do they come from? Okay, friends, if you leave the fat before you put your breadcrumb in it, guess what's going to happen when the fat melts? The breadcrumb is going to come out. Okay, we want it to be pretty. So how do we get this pretty? Dry it out, paper towels. It smells delicious. Okay, very good, right there. Now we're going to get it ready for the oven. We got a Maillard reaction going. We got a Dijon mustard. You got to have Dijon mustard. And I had a spatula here a minute ago. I used it for something, so let me get another one. It's a good thing because I got plenty of spatula. So remember that breadcrumb, right? So now we're going to take a Dijon mustard and we're going to brush it on it. In this case, we're going to spatula that. Now, you don't want to put too much, friends. You don't want to put too much, but you don't want to put enough. So we have a thin layer of the Dijon mustard. Thin layer of Dijon mustard. It's almost too much. Let's see. I'm not going to put too much. I want to put just enough. Just enough. I want it to be as even as possible. All right? Dijon mustard is really important for this, friends. Okay? You can use whatever mustard you want. It's your rack of lamb. But I can put this right here and get it out of the way. All right? Now I'm going to put the breadcrumb. Very simple way to make the breadcrumb. Okay, remember, it's got to be fresh breadcrumb, folks. What's the difference between fresh breadcrumb and dry breadcrumb? Very scientific. Fresh breadcrumb is made with fresh bread. Dry breadcrumb is made with dry breadcrumb, like old bread. You know what old bread is good for? The duck. That's all it's good for, okay? I don't get it. Oh, I do it with old bread. Well, old bread. You tasted old bread lately? It don't taste that good, eh? So fresh bread. And when I make it, like I said, I keep it in the freezer. So now what do we do here? We take it and we put it right here. And you're going to say, well, that's not going to stay. I agree. It's not going to stay until you do something to it. So you put a little bit right there. See? This is so easy to do. And it's amazing, I promise you. So put some a little bit on the side right there. Don't put too much. You put just what you need, right? And now here's what you do, friends. You pack it in. Pack it in. Now, if you feel a little bit of Dijon mustard, that means you didn't put enough. See? Pack it in, just like this. All right? So now what do we do? How do we get that side to stay right there? You take that little scraper right there, and you pack it in here like this. See? See right here? Pack it in. And don't be afraid to put some, my friends. Don't be afraid to put some. Just make sure it stays on it. If it doesn't stay on it, then when you cut it, you're going to have issues. All right? So here we have it. Put it right there. And now we're going to take a spatula. We're going to put it in a roasting pan, and we're going to put it in a preheated oven, 400 and a quarter, 425. Here's my cookie sheet. You see, this time I'm ready to go. We have the cookie sheet lined with a seal pad. Those seal pads are fabulous, folks. They're wonderful. Nothing sticks to it, eh? Now we're going to take it right there, and we're going to put it right on there, and we're going to go in the oven. Right there, my friend. All right? We're going to clean this up, put this guy in the oven. This is going to be in the oven a good 20 minutes, because look how big it is. This is 2.5 pounds. This is going to take a good 20, 23 minutes. We're going to keep an eye on the time. In the meantime, we're going to put it in the oven, friends, okay? So here we go. Right there in the oven. And make sure the temperature is good. We're going in the oven. All right. Now we're going to make the sauce, but I can't make the sauce in a dirty kitchen. I just can't do it. So here's what I'm going to do, friends. I'm going to clean up my kitchen. You go get a glass of water, and you come back to me in a minute. We're going to make the sauce, and then we'll finish the whole dish, okay? Okay. While the rack and clam is cooking, I clean up the kitchen. I feel better. I can't cook in a dirty kitchen. I got this thing. When I'm done with something, I gotta clean it up and I gotta get back. It's like a clean mind for me. If it's crap everywhere, I just get confused. I can't concentrate. I'm gonna make an easy sauce, a red wine reduction. Very simple. A child could do it. Now this, a child could do it, okay? Put a lot of butter if you want. This time we're using regular butter, eh, friends, eh? We're using butter. And because it's not going to burn, we're going to keep an eye on it. That's all. We're right here. We're making a sauce. When you make a sauce, you want to use regular butter, okay? And we're going to use shallots. Look at those shallots, friends. I got the biggest shallots in Fort Lauderdale, okay? They come from Canada, actually. Look at those things. You know, so somebody sent me a comment and said, you know, your big shallot tastes like nothing. It's because they never had them. I wouldn't be cooking with shallots if they didn't taste like nothing, okay? They taste amazing. You know, in another video, I did a sample test of a French shallot like this versus a big Canadian shallots. And you would have think, right, okay, a little one are going to be more flavorful. No, they were not. I couldn't believe it. But eyes closed, shallots. I have been cooking with shallots 50 years. I know shallots, and they're delicious. They come from Canada. I don't know what they do to it, but it doesn't matter. I think they do a very good job because they're delicious, okay? So we're going to put a little high heat in here. We're going to caramelize the shallots. Remember, shallots caramelize twice as fast as the onion, eh? So we don't want to do it very long. We're just going to make sure they say the flavor. Oh, let me put on more butter. It feels so much better when you give them more butter. You don't want to use butter, use olive oil. But be careful, it burns quick too, you know. I mean, butter burns fast too, so you just got to be careful not to burn it, that's all. All right? The smell of butter and shallots is intoxicating. I love that flavor. I really do. It looks beautiful, so we're going to put a touch of garlic. Remember, you put the garlic just before you put liquid. So we're going to put a little bit of garlic in here. This is a chopped garlic, very little. I just want it in the background, okay? I'm not interested in having a lot of garlic flavor in here. Just a little bit in the background. And then this is just a really classical way of making a sauce. We're going to use the vinegar. I'm using the A fig vinegar, friends. Since I'm using it in a Brussels sprout, I'm also going to use it in here, okay? Very simple. A child could do this. I mean, really, really simple. And the next thing we're going to do, I'm using a beautiful red wine. Remember, measure carefully. Do not cook with a wine you're not willing to drink. Some people ask me, what wine is good to cook with? The wine you drink. If you can't drink it, do you want to cook with it? Do you think it gets better after you cook in 15 minutes? It doesn't. So you cook with a wine you're willing to drink. And the cool thing of it is, let's say you're making dinner for 4 people. Half of a bottle goes in there. The other half, you have an aperitif, and the other bottle is for dinner. All right? Now what we're going to do what is called a wine reduction, where we're going to reduce the value, let all the alcohol evaporate. And we're going to do this, we're going to add a little bit of fresh tarragon. Fresh tarragon. Tarragon. If you don't have tarragon, use oregano. Use thyme. Use rosemary. Use whatever herbs you want, but try to use 1, not 17 different herbs, friends. Tarragon is quite special for a red wine reduction. This is really simple. I use a good wine, I let it down, reduce, and you know what you can add also once in a while, friend, is a Porto. Porto or Madeira. With the wine. It gives you a little sweetness to it and makes a beautiful sauce. It's up to you. I like it. So we're going to add a little bit of extra wine. This I love to drink. In Europe, we drink the port wine before dinner. In America, we drink it after dinner. I drink it before and after anyway, so then I'm good. You know, I make everybody happy. I love my life. All right, look, guys. We are reducing the wine, reducing. This is why it's called a reduction saucepan. It allows for reduction. And right here, my friends, I have a beef stock. And the beef stock is, if you have my, oh, you know what I forgot? Salt and pepper. Don't forget salt and pepper, please. Otherwise, I can see the comment. You forgot the salt. Too late now, dude. So we let the wine reduce down to almost nothing. It's really important. If you have never tried it and you're not sure why you got to reduce, here's what you do, friends. You take a spoon, you put the wine in, you test it. Right? And then you let it reduce a few minutes, and then you test it again. Let it reduce a few more minutes, and test it again. Now, don't be drinking the whole thing because you're going to get drunk, and then you're not going to know what you're testing. But if you test, you educate your palate as to when the wine is reduced enough. Because when it's nice and reduced, it's nice. Okay? If it's not reduced enough, it's going to be bitter. It's not going to be pleasant. So reduce the wine until it's reduced to your satisfaction. Okay? So what you do, you test it, just like that. Man, it's hot. It's getting there. It's not quite where I want it. So, but you'll be amazed. Within a few minutes or a few seconds, how much difference there is. Maybe a little bit more. We're going to let it reduce just a second. I got to keep an eye on the rack of lamb. Don't go anywhere. How you doing over there, dude? Okay, he's doing good. Because I don't want to overcook the rack of lamb, okay? Because then I got to start all over again. Oh, let me see. I keep burning myself. Oh, now we're there. Now we're there. Let it reduce just a little bit more. I want you to see what's happening in there. And then we're going to strain that whole thing. We're going to put it through a strainer. So we get rid of all the solids. Okay, the wine is reduced just about enough. Let me test it again. No, really, don't be afraid to do this, friends. Don't be afraid to do this. You got to test good before. Delicious. What I'm saying is, if it's not reduced enough, and you put the stock on it, too late. You can reduce all you want with the stock, it's not going to work. The alcohol has got to come out now. That's called a red wine reduction. It's really simple. You see, nothing is complicated, right? I mean, really. People are making it more complicated than what it is. No, look. We're going to go in now. We're going to put the stock. All right, and we're going to let that cook for a minute. We don't need to let it cook that much. So now, look at this amount of sauce I got here. Let me get a whisk. You notice, I got a lot of sauce right there, right? Some people say, let it reduce. Yeah, you let it reduce to the right consistency, and then you got nothing left. My wine is reduced beautiful. My stock is delicious. Why do I need to reduce it more? Oh, to get it thicker? Oh, I got it. Look, little bit of tapioca powder, little bit of cornstarch, little bit of arrowroot. Use a little bit of thickener, very little. And don't let it boil so much so you can see what you're doing. You see, Mamma Mia, I'm talking in the steam. You can't see it. That's how I get my facial, by the way. I stay right there. That's why I got beautiful skin. People are going to watch me. Imagine if they come here for the first time to the channel. They're going to say, these guys are nuts. That's okay. My subscriber know I'm not a nut. Look. We put a little bit of cornstarch. Very little, friends? Very little. Don't go out there and make it so thick. I want just a little bit. See? Little bit. Mamma mia. Very little, my friends. Very little. All right? We're checking the rock of lamb now. How you doing over there, dude? It's doing. I got to check it. I got to go in there and check it, friends. All right? So look. You know what we're going to do? We're going to check it together. Let me finish this right there. Look at the mess I made. I made a mess everywhere. I got to clean it up. You know what they say? Don't clean it up when it's hot. Okay, so don't clean it up when it's hot. Just move it over there. I'm not supposed to clean it up when it's hot. So look, we got the sauce good. I put it back in there because I got to get it finished. It's still too liquid, you see? Still too liquid. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a touch more cornstarch, very little. We're going to strain that whole thing. We're going to strain it. Strain it right there. And then we'll finish it up with a little bit of butter. Just it's still a little too thin. See, it's still a touch too thin. If I let it reduce, I'm not going to have anything left. I want to have some sauce left. So look, put all that stuff in here, friends. You don't need all that, okay? I mean, you can eat it if you want. I like to get rid of it all. You see, look. See right there, friends? Now you got something that looks like something. I'm telling you. I know what they're going to say. This guy's not. Look at it. Look at this. I'll show you. You know what? Let me take the rack of lamb out, because if it's overcooked, I'm in trouble. Oh, yeah. No, it's not overcooked. It's fine. I leave it in there another minute or so. Let me leave it in there another minute. I can finish the sauce. Okay, friends? Look. You see what I'm talking about? I'll show you. No, really. People think I'm exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. Look. Can you see? Look how beautiful that is. Let me do it right there so the camera can see it. You see, friends? Look. Look how gorgeous that is. You can rub that all over your body. Wait until it's not so hot. Let me test it. Okay? You see what I'm talking about? Look. It's perfect. Perfect mouthfeel. Now what do we do? How do we fix this? How do we make it perfect? You knew it. Little bit of butter. Don't be shy. Now, immediately, friends. Immediately. See, that's why I don't need to work out. I do right in the kitchen. Immediately mix it up really, really good. Little more salt and pepper. Yeah. Let me turn this off. Turn the heat off. Because you don't want it to be, don't want the butter to separate. You put the butter at the end, so the butter gives you an amazing texture. I promise you. The texture of this, right there, friends. Oh, baby. All right, let's take the rack of lamb out. We're going to check it for temperature. We're looking for about 135 degrees. We're looking for about 135 degrees. I don't think we have it yet. I really don't think so. We're going to check it. Don't be afraid. Okay? I like it when they go, oh, mamma mia, it might be good. It might be there. If it's there. If I overcooked it, I'm in big trouble. Let's go in. Oh, no, I did not overcook it. Oh, mamma mia, I may have it overcooked. We're done. Oh, no, it's good. It's perfect. See right there, friends? It's going to go up. It's going to continue cooking a few more minutes. So let's relax. Let's have a glass of wine. And then we'll cut it and make sure it's cooked to perfection. We're going to wait a few more minutes. It looks like it could be done. Let's see. Let me clean up all this real quick. You get it out of the way. we're gonna make ourselves a little plate, okay? So then we can have a nice dinner. You coming in for dinner tonight, friends? How cool would that be? I invite everybody for dinner. You know, years ago I could do that. I had the restaurant, I had the cooking school. You guys could have come in, and we did that. We did it for 50 years, okay? And right now, nobody's here. Well, I don't say nobody. They're there, eat here. They're gonna eat. Antonio's gonna eat the food. I guarantee you that. Leanne's gonna eat the food, and Jack is gonna eat the food. Everybody's gonna eat the food. All right, here we go, folks. Now we can take it right here. We put it right here. We're gonna take a little. Oh, you know what I forgot? The Brussels sprouts. Mamma mia. The Brussels sprouts. Come over here, you. Come over here, Brussels sprouts. Come over here. Brussels sprouts are here. Let's turn everything off here. Let's turn that whole thing off. All right, let's, yeah, we're looking good. This is what I want. I want a little chard on the Brussels sprout. That's going to be perfect. All right, so now, let's go back to our boning knife, friends. And now, we're going to cut it. All right, so here we go. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful cut. Look at this, folks. Perfect medium rare, just gorgeous. Perfect, gorgeous. If you like it a little more cook, you go ahead and cook a little bit more. But I like it just like this. This is beautiful. All right, very simple, friends. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So now what we're going to do, we're going to make a plate. So what I do is I have this beautiful glaze right here, friends. I'm just going to put a little bit of the, look how gorgeous that sauce is, friends. Remember, it's just simple. This was very simple. That red wine reduction was extremely simple to do, friends. It was really, really simple. So we're going to lay one down right there. Just going to lay there, one right there. Then we're going to put another one up. And we're going to put another one up right here. Let's take this guy right there. This one is pretty. We're going to put it right there. And then we're going to put some Brussels sprouts. Now, you can make some beautiful potatoes for this. We're going to take some Brussels sprouts. You know what? Let me get a tongue. We're going to get some Brussels sprouts. And like I said, you don't like Brussels sprouts? Don't worry. Oh, this is hot. Be careful. I'm telling you to be careful. Yeah, I'm actually talking to myself. Going to take a couple of Brussels sprouts in here. Very simple. Now, folks, you make it however you want with whatever vegetables you want. I'm just trying to make it a pretty plate, kind of a delicate plate right there, very simple. A little bit of brown Brussels sprout right there, all the way around it. Make it however makes you happy. Remember, a little bacon in there, well, not gonna hurt anything. It's gonna make it real pretty. And this, my friends, you can take a little bit of the glaze right there. Where's the spoon? Up, come back, spoon, right there. Take a little bit of the spoon right there. A little more sauce right there first. Put as much or as little of the sauce as you want. It's really up to you. This, my friend, is a beautiful, perfect rack of lamb. Serve it with potatoes, serve it with whatever you want. You don't like Brussels sprouts, don't worry. Perfectly cooked, medium rare. Well, it's the best moment of the evening is I'm going to eat it. And I cooked it perfect. I mean, I like it that way. Oh, let me try it again. Fine. It is amazing. Let me try the Brussels sprout. Brussels sprout. They're delicious. Oh, yes. With the sauce on it, oh my goodness. Actually, I could pour more sauce on it. It'll be absolutely delicious. My friends, I hope you make it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notification every Thursday when we do a recipe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.